What is up, Nexus fam? Get ready to dive headfirst into the absolute latest buzz because the news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and you need to be in the know. We've got some massive updates that are shaking things up, and if you're not plugged in, you're missing out. From explosive reactions to major creative decisions, we're breaking down everything you need to know, right here, right now. Don't blink, because you might miss it. First up, a star is speaking out, delivering a message that's sending ripples through the fan base. Are you ready for this? We're talking about a direct response to the critics, a statement that's both bold and to the point. What does this mean for the future of one of the most talked about series out there? We've got the full scoop. Then, get ready for a deep dive into how the community is reacting to some significant narrative decisions. The passion is real, and the discussions are heating up. We're exploring the impact of these choices and what they mean for the ongoing conversation. Plus, we're looking at what's next, with insights into how upcoming seasons are shaping up and what we can expect. We'll uncover details about pacing, episode counts, and how the creative team is approaching the next chapter. This is your essential update, your front row seat to everything that matters. You do not want to miss a single second of this. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop more essential news. Let's go. A star's bold response to critics. Bella Ramsey has delivered a firm message to the vocal critics of The Last of Us Season 2, suggesting that those unhappy with the direction can simply return to the video game. This statement comes as the show continues to generate strong opinions following its recent season. Season 2 of the acclaimed HBO series adapted the events of The Last of Us Part II, a game known for its own divisive narrative choices. One of the most significant points of contention for viewers was the fate of Pedro Pascal's character, Joel. Showrunner Craig Mazin addressed the widespread confusion and strong reactions, noting the challenge of adapting such impactful moments from the source material. He humorously recounted how fans would ask, "Why did you kill Pedro Pascal?" To which he would reply, "We didn't kill him. He's a man, he's alive, he's fine, and he's in literally everything else." Neil Druckmann, co-creator of the game and the series, acknowledged that people had very strong reactions to whatever controversial story decision we made. Ramsey, who portrays Ellie in the series, shared their approach to handling the online criticism in an interview with the Awardist podcast. "I tried to steer clear as much as I could, to be honest," they stated, "because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. The show is out. There's nothing that can be changed or altered." Ramsey emphasized a detachment from the discourse, explaining, "So I'm like, there's not really any point in reading or looking at anything. People are, of course, entitled to their opinions. But it doesn't affect the show. It doesn't affect how the show continues or anything in any way. They're very separate things to me. So no, I just don't really engage." When specifically asked about what they would say to the louder critics heading into Season 3, Ramsey's response was direct. "You don't have to watch it. If you hate it that much, the game exists. You can just play the game again. You don't have to watch it, but if you do want to watch it, then I hope you enjoy it." Despite some fan division over Season 2, HBO executive Casey Bloys has expressed confidence in showrunner Craig Mazin's ability to lead the series forward, even with potential shifts in the main cast. Mazin has also indicated that Season 3 will be more substantial than Season 2, aiming to be more on par with Season 1 in terms of episode count and overall scope, promising more bang for the buck. The season finale strongly hinted at a shift in focus for Season 3 towards Caitlin Dever's character, Abby, mirroring the narrative structure of the game. The exact approach to retelling the Seattle portion of the story from Abby's perspective remains a key point of anticipation. Hold on tight, because the story is far from over, and the next chapter is already generating massive buzz. Next, we're diving into the direct fan reactions and what the community is saying about these pivotal moments. Community reacts to narrative shifts. Bella Ramsey, the non-binary actor embodying Ellie in HBO's critically acclaimed adaptation of The Last of Us, has directly addressed the more vocal segments of the online audience who have expressed dissatisfaction with the show's second season. The series, which faithfully chronicled the events of The Last of Us Part II, faced significant backlash from viewers, mirroring some of the controversy that surrounded the video game's release. The primary drivers of this backlash included the controversial decision to depict the brutal murder of Joel Miller, portrayed by Pedro Pascal, early in the narrative by the new antagonist Abby, played by Caitlin Dever. Additionally, the season's exploration of Ellie's same-sex relationship with Dina, brought to life by Isabella Merced, also drew criticism and led to an influx of homophobic comments on social media platforms, alongside review-bombing campaigns. In a candid conversation on the Awardist podcast, Ramsey shared their strategy for managing the online discourse surrounding the show. "I tried to steer clear as much as I could," they admitted, citing the futility of engaging with criticism that cannot alter the finished product. "Because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. The show is out. There's nothing that can be changed or altered." Ramsey further elaborated on their perspective. "So I'm like, there's not really any point in reading or looking at anything. People are, of course, entitled to their opinions. But it doesn't affect the show. It doesn't affect how the show continues or anything in any way. They're very separate things to me. So no, I just don't really engage." When prompted to offer advice to the show's harshest critics regarding the upcoming Season 3, Ramsey's response was unequivocal. "You don't have to watch it. If you hate it that much, the game exists. You can just play the game again." They concluded with a polite yet firm, "If you do want to watch it, hope you enjoy it." Similar to the video game's narrative arc, the second season concluded with Ellie facing Abby, leaving fans who haven't experienced the game to anticipate the resolution in Season 3. Showrunner and co-creator Craig Mazin confirmed that Caitlin Dever is slated to be the central figure in Season 3, a significant shift from the established dynamic. Mazin will also be taking on the sole showrunner role for the upcoming season, following Neil Druckmann's decision to step down and concentrate on his work at Naughty Dog, the game development studio. Ramsey is currently recognized for their performance, earning a nomination for Best Lead Actress in a Drama at the upcoming Emmy Awards, with Pascal also nominated for Lead Actor and the series for Outstanding Drama. But the conversation doesn't end there. The creative direction is evolving, and the next steps are already being discussed. Now, let's explore the future of the series and what the showrunners are planning for the next installment. Future seasons and creative direction. Bella Ramsey, the acclaimed star of The Last of Us, has directly addressed the online critics of the show's second season, suggesting that those with strong negative reactions can opt out of future installments, including Season 3. This statement comes amidst ongoing discussions about the show's narrative choices and its adaptation of the beloved video game. The second season of The Last of Us covered the events of The Last of Us Part II, a game that itself generated considerable debate among players. Key plot points, such as the pivotal death of Joel, played by Pedro Pascal, and the introduction of Abby, portrayed by Caitlin Dever, were particularly polarizing. Showrunner Craig Mazin has spoken about the challenges of adapting these moments, noting the strong reactions from fans who question the decision to kill off Joel. He explained, "The big complaint that I've gotten is, why did you kill Pedro Pascal? And I keep explaining we didn't kill him. He's a man, he's alive, he's fine, and he's in literally everything else. So I don't know what the problem is." Neil Druckmann, the game's creator and a fellow showrunner, acknowledged the intensity of these reactions, stating, "People had very strong reactions to whatever controversial story decision we made." Ramsey, in an interview with the Awardist podcast, revealed their strategy for dealing with the online criticism. "I tried to steer clear as much as I could, to be honest," they said, "because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. The show is out. There's nothing that can be changed or altered. So I'm like, there's not really any point in reading or looking at anything." They further elaborated on their perspective. "People are, of course, entitled to their opinions. But it doesn't affect the show. It doesn't affect how the show continues or anything in any way. They're very separate things to me. So no, I just don't really engage." When asked what advice they would offer to the more vocal critics about Season 3, Ramsey's response was clear. "You don't have to watch it. If you hate it that much, the game exists. You can just play the game again. You don't have to watch it, but if you do want to watch it, then I hope you enjoy it." Despite the varied fan responses to Season 2, HBO's head, Casey Bloys, has publicly supported showrunner Craig Mazin's vision for the series' continuation. Mazin himself has shared insights into the planning for Season 3, indicating that it will be longer than Season 2, aiming to align more closely with the scope and pacing of Season 1. He described it as having more bang for the buck. The conclusion of Season 2 featured a significant cliffhanger, setting the stage for Abby to take a more central role in Season 3, mirroring the game's narrative progression. The specifics of how this transition will be handled are highly anticipated. This shift in focus and the show's evolving narrative are generating a lot of discussion. Now, let's delve into how the broader audience is reacting and what the future holds for the series. Navigating fan expectations and future seasons. Bella Ramsey, the star of HBO's The Last of Us, has issued a direct message to fans who have expressed strong negative reactions to the show's second season, suggesting they can simply refrain from watching Season 3 if they dislike the direction. This statement comes as the series continues to adapt the complex narrative of the popular video game franchise. The second season of the HBO adaptation covered the events of The Last of Us Part II, a game that was met with its own share of controversy. Key plot points, including the death of lead character Joel, Pedro Pascal, at the hands of Abby Caitlin DeVere, and the portrayal of Ellie's, Ramsey, same-sex relationship with Dina Isabella Merced, sparked significant debate among viewers. Following the airing of new episodes, many fans voiced their displeasure regarding Joel's fate, while others posted homophobic comments on social media concerning Ellie and Dina's romance. During an appearance on the awardist podcast, Ramsey, who uses they/them pronouns, was asked about their perspective on the show's louder critics. They revealed that they made a conscious effort to distance themselves from the negative feedback, because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. The show is out. There's nothing that can be changed or altered, Ramsey explained. So I'm like, there's not really any point in reading or looking at anything. People are, of course, entitled to their opinions. But it doesn't affect the show. It doesn't affect how the show continues or anything in any way. They're very separate things to me. So no, I just don't really engage. Ramsey extended this sentiment to future viewership, advising critics, you don't have to watch it. If you hate it that much, the game exists. You can just play the game again. They added, if you do want to watch it, hope you enjoy it. HBO has not yet announced a premiere date for The Last of Us, Season 3, although the series was officially renewed for a third season prior to the second season's debut in April. Notably, Ramsey had previously expressed a similar sentiment regarding online negativity before the Season 2 premiere, even deactivating their social media accounts due to comments about their appearance in relation to the game's character. I always knew that I'd deactivate it one day and never even really wanted to have social media in the first place, Ramsey stated. It wasn't like this big dramatic thing, but there was an element of it that was thinking about the show coming out for Season 2. If I just avoid Twitter and Reddit, which now I'm doing, then everything's totally fine. This direct approach from the star highlights the ongoing dialogue about adaptation fidelity and creative choices. Now, let's look at how the wider audience is responding and what the future creative direction might hold. And that's a wrap on today's essential updates. We heard Bella Ramsey tell critics they don't have to watch The Last of Us Season 3 if they hate it, emphasizing the game is an alternative. We also explored the fan reactions to Season 2's narrative shifts and learned that Season 3 will be longer and potentially shift focus. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming and entertainment news, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, leave a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all our social channels for more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.